Hey everyone, so welcome to day one of my 100 days of DevOps challenge. I'm Harishankar Dubey, a DevOps engineer, and let's begin our journey with here from here. Uh, so let's dive into DevOps really. What DevOps really is, why it is being used, and what are its benefits, as well as what do we understand, what do we need to grow in DevOps. So if you can see here in the screen, so here you can see an infinity loop kind of thing. Okay, so here you can see what are the steps that are involved in DevOps. So here is planning, building, continuous integration, okay, then deploy, operate, and continuous feedback. So these are just the terms that are being used in DevOps, but what they really are, that's what we need to understand. Because if you search on Google or any other search engine, uh, DevOps, you might see this image very often. But what lies behind, what makes the DevOps? So that's what we need to understand. In fact, my when I have started the job as a DevOps intern, DevOps engineer, junior DevOps engineer. In fact, my parents are my parents also do not know what this profile offers, or what I have to do in this profile. So I'll just explain you all with the same analogies that I have explained it to my parents. So let's begin. So first of all, what is DevOps? Let's go to our. I have prepared something. Yeah. So here we go. So introduction to DevOps, day one of my 100 days of DevOps journey. Uh, Here, let's move ahead. And what we'll be covering today is introduction to DevOps, what DevOps is, and what are its. In simple terms, what DevOps is. Okay, what I do in my what I do professionally. Okay, what lies in the field of DevOps. What is the purpose of DevOps? Why we have DevOps in place? And what are the benefits of it, what problems will it solve, and what are the requirements to move ahead in the DevOps field. So let's begin, let's go ahead. So first of all, DevOps are a cultural shift. Okay, DevOps it shows a cultural shift. So here it is a set of practices and a combination of tools. So what does these tools do? These tools actually, these practices and these tools actually, so uh, let me explain you one problem. So suppose you are producing something, let's say some kind of food or something. So uh, a fast food or something. So what you would do, you can produce it, but what about the distribution network? How would you sell it? How would you increase your sales? How would you increase your profit? How would you reduce your cost? Okay, so there are a lot of things that comes in each of the businesses. Similarly, in IT, in the software development world, so suppose you are developing an application, whether it be mobile app, web app, or anything. So first of all, how would you reduce the cost? How would you architect it? The very basic thing is, how would you architect it? What is your target? What is your target audience? What are the requirements and what is the scaling up strategy over here. So you need to think of that. So very first step is to plan. Okay, so you need to plan here. Second thing is what would uh, you have to actually develop the application. So you have developed the application, okay, that is fine. Development, there would be multiple blockers, multiple obstacles in the development part, in the building part. So you need to have continuous checks and balance on that, so that you can fix it right away, fix the issues that you are having right away. So this is part 2. Now moving toward the deployment part. So you need to deploy. For deployment, what infrastructure you need on which you have to deploy the application. So that is third part. How would you deploy it continuously, which is continuous integration. Like if there is a bug, or there is a client requested, or there is a request for adding some feature, or fixing something, or patching something. So how would you get that feedback? That is also in DevOps. Then how would you develop on that feedback, or add those features, and then how would you deploy it? So these are all the steps. Then once the deployment is done, how is it performing? So monitoring is also important. There are multiple technologies that are integrated within the DevOps umbrella. So it is all about to breaking down the silos. So earlier uh, there was different teams for that, but right now DevOps has integrated all of this, like this all these deployments, system administration, and continuous integration, monitoring, and everything. So this is how the workflow is. So mostly DevOps breaks down the silos, encourages it breaks down the silos, then encourages collaboration between teams, like dev team, DevOps team, then security team, also testing team. There are various teams in IT sector. So and finance also. So what whichever feedback we get, we can integrate in DevOps, and it is a smooth sailing from then on. And automating the workflow. Automation is, just think about it. If you do if you are doing a repetitive job, think about how to automate it. Think about how to automate it, and that is DevOps in simple and short words. Just it should be it should be integrated, it should be all connected, it should be automated. Okay, that's it. That covers everything in DevOps. So if I uh, one more thing, let me just explain you. uh, One minute. So what covers the DevOps? I just explain it in a bit. Oh, So let's understand what DevOps really solve. Here comes the development, research and development part. Okay, research, research and development. Second thing is operations. Let's say operations and operations. I think operations would be sufficient here. And this is the maintenance part. So if research and development, so here the research and development basically the planning and actual development part. Then operations, so once the product is built, once like understand in the terms of vehicle analogy. Suppose a company builds a car, it research on its design, its cost, its use, its adaptability, or whatever they have in that market, uh, marketing strategies and all that. They have developed the product, they have enhanced the power or everything of that product. Now operations would be like how to manufacture it in a large scale. If a company designs a particular vehicle, so how would they enter in the market? They won't go in the market like unless they have a big name. They won't enter in the market with 10-15 models of that. They would have a huge number, not that they'll flood it, but they should have like multiple cities in India. There should be a car at least in the showrooms for test drives. So they should have that much capacity and to sell. Now the maintenance part. Once once a customer bought the car, how would they offer the service so that the experience of that customer would be smooth? So this all comes under the umbrella of DevOps. DevOps consider it everything. There is one more thing that when integrated, I'll just add a text over here. Where is the text box? Sorry. So here is the DevOps you get. Maintenance also includes monitoring and everything. So this is how the DevOps looks like. There is one more thing. Once the DevOps is set up, security is also an important paradigm over here. So security, unless your vehicle is secure, no one will buy it. Okay, so that is how security is integrated in the DevOps part, so which is called the DevSecOps. I'll just, it is let's just, okay, we'll talk it in this about this in our series later. So how the security is integrated, and one liner for maintaining the security part is security should be considered from day one at the time of planning itself. Okay, like you can't you can implement security, but you have to make a you have to shift your focus on that later. Suppose you have built a house, okay, so you would secure it, like if any uh, if rain comes, if there would be a fire, there should be an exit, there should be exit for everywhere, there should be proper roofing to prevent rain and prevent intruder, there should be compound walls or anything like that. So when you build a house, you take care of security, you consider security at the stage of planning itself. So security should also be at the uh, day one, it should be in the planning stage. Security is also be a consideration. So that is uh, that is what DevOps looks like. So now moving back to our presentation. So why DevOps? Why DevOps? So I recall in my college days, I have in software development life cycle, I have learned about that, and there is this waterfall model. Waterfall, waterfall. Yeah, I think something like that. So there is a um, let me just search it over. Oh, sorry. There is something. Yeah, this one. Yes. So here, if you can see, if where is it? Yes. Requirement analysis, requirement gathering, part planning, system design, implementation, testing. It is also implementable. Maintenance is a recurring cycle. So earlier there was like once the application is deployed, there would be a team that monitors it, and if anything fails, then they send it back. If so at that time, I'm not that old, so I won't talk of previous times. But what DevOps solve here is automates the routine task. So basically, whichever task are whichever task we do on repetitive basis. So DevOps automates it, reducing manual effort. So that manual efforts would be counted in counted somewhere where there is actual impact. Okay. So this is how the DevOps first thing. Then enables infrastructure as code. Okay, so this is pretty I fancy over here. Infrastructure as a code. First of all, we need to understand what infrastructure is, and then we'll go over this infrastructure as code. So it is like everything in DevOps world should be written in a particular script, and then it is followed. For automation, you should have a clear understanding of what you need to do. Okay, then only you can move forward. So this is how implementation of CI/CD pipelines. So why DevOps is being used in today's fast-paced world. Okay, companies need to deliver new features, fix bugs, and update software quickly. Quickly means like that 1 hour ago you are using an older version of a website. Suppose I have used this presentations.ai in to create this AI. If there is some bug or if there is any feature they want to add, if I refresh it in after an hour, if they are deploying any current version, so I'll get the update so seamlessly that I won't even face that there uh, I will see the changes when I'll notice the changes when suppose if they add another icon over here. Okay, it is that smooth. They just refresh it and done. I'll just have to refresh it and I'll see the changes. So this is how the DevOps fixes, how DevOps is required. You don't have to pull down your website. You don't have to make changes in that in silos. So that and what if they have deployed any faulty deployment has done. Okay, like there is some kind of glitch, some kind of bug in this presentation, so they can just roll it back to the previous version. We'll understand how the version control happens in DevOps. So this is how it happens. Then DevOps enables the team to move faster without sacrificing quality. Okay, same time the development team is developing the new version, testing team is testing the previous version deployed, or the version on which the dev team is working, and the maintenance in prod. SRE team is already monitoring the previously released version. They are So this is how teams are integrating together. If anything happens if SRE team detects anything in the currently deployed version, they'll just reach out to dev team. Dev team does the hot fix. QA team does the check, high priority checks, and then release. Bug is fixed within the matter of hours, within matter of not even days. In couple of hours bugs are getting fixed. So this is how how DevOps enables teams to move forward together. Okay, by automating repetitive tasks, using infrastructure as code, and implementing CI/CD pipelines, DevOps helps team deliver values to users faster and more efficiently. Like I have explained, if I use a web application, that's how it is. Now, what it fixes, let's just understand that. Sorry, it might take some time. Okay, we are on the same page. Okay, so what DevOps fixes? So DevOps basically, it is early detection. Like I have mentioned, in SRE team has detected something. SRE team or security team has detected something, and they just reach out to dev team and dev QA and then prod in matter of hours. In some hours you will have your patch, your updates already deployed. Suppose if there is a client that is using your product and there is some feature they want, or something they want immediately means at high priority, not immediate. So you can make changes and done. So this is how DevOps fix the early detection and fixes of issue. Reduce time to market. Okay, so like I have said, if a client comes, okay, and says that I have been using your application and there is this is what I want to get changed immediately. Immediately means like B2B, business to business communication happens. If I have developed software for a client, okay, and end customer is using that software, so client's QA team has detected something that should not be on the website, or something like that. Like in e-commerce website, the price is wrong. Okay, so that actually happens. So if I want if the client wants to get it fixed, okay, then it is fixed, and it will provide client to like it will provide client the time to market their product. If we spend so much time in dev, this is fast moving world. Okay, This is fast moving world, and uh, we have to be fast for that. So uh, like DevOps addresses some like traditional approach phases like slow development cycles, manual error, poor collaboration, lack of visibility. Okay, so these are the problems that DevOps fixes. And moving for better balance between speed and stability. We deliver quick, but we deliver a stable version. So that's how DevOps work. If the version is unstable, like hotfix is okay, hotfix is fine. It is a very minuscule part of a huge application. Hotfix is okay. If there is sorry, if there is a bug, if there is a huge impact, so it delivers stable version so that there wouldn't be huge changes in that application very frequently. If if I use this web application, okay, if I use this web application to make presentation, and soon they have changed the layout of this application, okay, I'll be like lost. What to do? Where should I go? Okay, this button they have changed the feature of any particular button, and I click that, and my whole presentation gets deleted. Okay, so sh- things should be stable, but it should be agile. That's what DevOps balances in between. Now with some, let's just understand with some examples. Okay, imagine a team building a new mobile application. In a traditional approach, what would developers do? Developer work on the app for months, and once it's ready, for months I'm saying, once it's ready, they hand it over to the operations team to deploy. But often the operations team find the issue, like QA team. QA is the part of operations as well. So they find bug. Now they send it back to dev team, and dev team would say it will take another month. So where is the time consumption is very high. Okay, but often the operations okay, leading to delay. It leads to delay and lot of back and forth communication. With DevOps, both development and operations team work together. Okay, like any particular feature dev team has developed, they'll send to QA. No need for whole application to be sent. Any particular feature, any particular API they have developed, they send it to QA operations. They test it and send the feedback. Okay, so bit by bit, houses are not built like house, not houses, like any monument, anything big, like they say what, Rome, uh, Rome never built in a night, something like, I can't recall that proverb. So any big building, we have to build it bit by bit. Okay, so that's how DevOps work, but in agile way. Multiple teams work together in collaboration so that it won't take much time. Now this way the app yeah, so this is how it looks like, a traditional approach. This might fall down. Okay, but continuous integration, feedback loops, cultural shift, continuous delivery, DevOps approach. So that's how software development, the people understand software. The common knowledge of software development is just the peak of an iceberg. There is a lot of thing going behind the scenes. Oh, sorry. Now moving to our next example. Okay. Automating development, assembly line analogy. Okay, assembly line. What is assembly line? You might if just carry forward the example of car manufacturing. So there are various parts in a car, and they have to create it. So they have set up a assembly line, like multiple different parts are assembled together to build a whole car. Okay, so think if every component is manually fitted, inspected and adjusted, okay, the production will be slow. Getting my point? If there are humans involved, like they are connecting, they are doing the repetitive job. Okay, like uh, wrenching a bolt or something like that. Uh, the production will be slow and errors are likely. Humans are prone to error. I make errors as well, so that is fine. Errors are likely to happen. Now if automation is introduced, like for repetitive job, there are some robots in the assembly line that does the effort, that does the labor, and humans are operating that particular they have just programmed that robot, and it is doing its job. So it would be much faster, much simpler, efficient and productive. Product quality would improve. Okay, there we have eliminated the uh, what we can say, you the probability of human error over here. Even though human error happens, but we have at least not eliminated but reduced the probability. Similarly, in DevOps, we automate code testing, integration and deployment. This speed up the release cycle and ensures that issues are caught early, just like on assembly line. Okay. Now continuous delivery. Let's say you have a bakery, or there is a bakery uh, that is preparing fresh bread. Okay, but how would the traditionally the baker may work isolation. Baker may work in the bakery and the bread, baking the bread, and then having to wait for the feedback after it is sold. After it is sold, it is consumed. But what if there is a baker shop in front? Okay, bakery is behind, baker shop in front. People come, taste the bread and provide the feedback. Okay, this is the continuous delivery model adopted in DevOps. The baker makes small batches of constant checks and qualities, getting real-time feedback from the customer, so they can make tweaks, like this bread is sweet, this bread is salty, something like that. In DevOps, it is similar to using continuous delivery pipelines, where small updates are released frequently. It always teams to it allows teams to get fast feedback from users and continuously improve their product. So this is how the continuous delivery part is solved in DevOps. Now let's just say you are shopping on Amazon or Flipkart or any other e-commerce platform. Okay, there is a sale going on. Think of popular online Amazon, Flipkart, anything. Millions of visitors daily. There are millions of visitors daily on those websites. Uh, in if there is a sale, any particular event is going on, the number would increase in multifold. I am not saying uh, thousand, hundred. I am saying in millions of users. So traditionally, in traditional IT, if there is an issue like this, the site goes down. We have witnessed countless websites, like results, online results and all that. So if all of the users goes to check the result at a time, all of the applicants, all of the attemptees goes to check the results at the same time, the website crashes. Then they have to fix it, and then another cycle happens. So like say if there is an issue like this site goes down, or a bug in the payment system, okay, it might take hours or even days to fix. But with DevOps practices, it in place, there are automated monitoring tools that can alert the team in immediately. Like I'll mention Prometheus Grafana is one of them. Datadog, in my current organization we are using Datadog. Then AWS CloudWatch, it is a cloud native solution. So there are various. But with DevOps, so immediately automated scripts to roll back problematic changes, and if any bug is deployed in production and it has been detected, they just roll back to the previous stable version. Okay, and CI/CD pipeline that allows quick deployment to fix without downtime. This enables the website to be stable with a seamless experience of for users. Like if any feature they add in this particular website, I wouldn't even notice that they have made the change. So that's how seamless it is. Now, so yeah, the prerequisite part. How would we start our journey in DevOps? To be frank, I have started in college. So in college, I have learned about programming. Okay, programming, system architecture, and others. But to be frank, uh, I haven't understood it very well. Just because my learning pattern is to learn by doing. I do. I see something, I implement it, like a baby learns to speak. Okay, you have to create sounds. Okay, you have to speak some specific words in front of the baby, and it will catch those words and try to speak the same. So that's how I my pattern is, and that is the most effective pattern. Even if you know so many things, okay, you know about DSA, you know about SDLC, you know about so many things, you know about so many concepts. So multiple algorithms are there, but if you don't know the implementation, okay, like when to use for loop and when to use while loop, okay, they are both there, you know, both of them, both of the loops are there in a programming language, but where to use which one, that comes with experience, and experience comes with from doing it. So just do it. Okay, just do what you learn. Take small steps and start doing. In fact, I have been thinking of this particular 100 days DevOps challenge. Okay, 100 days of DevOps challenge from maybe a quarter to 3 months, and now I have started doing it. So just start doing it, you'll improve on the way. And in fact, the interviewers, what interviewers expect from you is, they don't want you to know everything. They just want they just want that you are best at what you know. Okay, like if you know AWS, know it thoroughly. And I wouldn't say they know I know AWS thoroughly. Like there are 300 around 300 services, but like EC2, ECS, container service, EKS, VPN, okay, these are some of the service I know very well. I am a certified associate, AWS certified associate. But that's how it works. Just do it, you'll learn on the way. Okay, and it by doing, if you learn by doing, you won't forget it very easily. So this is how the basic thing in DevOps to move ahead. So I have learned coding, but I haven't implemented it. But after that, I learned system administration, RHCSA. Okay, uh, Red Hat Linux and Linux system administration I have learned, and that landed me my first job as a system support engineer. So Linux is, it has helped me a lot, learning Linux, knowing Linux. So it has helped me a lot. So I would say start learning Linux bit by bit. Even my my personal laptop is a Linux machine. Okay, that's how I in that's how I enjoy it, and it works as smoothly as any other user-friendly OS. Okay, I have tools and I got used to it, so no big deal. Just go deep in Linux. Okay, Linux is most important part. Then scripting skills. Okay, so there is a myth I have, at least in my circle, I came to know that in DevOps coding is not required. Okay, in DevOps coding is not required, but that is a myth. Coding is required, just the language is different, the level of coding is different. Okay, here like I'll just give you an example. Infrastructure as code. Okay, here we have learned a terminology, infrastructure as code. So you have to write the whole infrastructure, like in AWS, how the things are deployed, connected with each other, integrated. So everything is written in code, and then using that code, the whole infrastructure is created, updated, and destroyed. Okay, so the language is different for learning. So start Linux and start with very basic thing like uh, bash scripting. Okay, with Linux you'll learn so many commands, and try to automate those commands. Try to automate those commands so that a basic script is ready to do a particular work, like if any, to clean the RAM. Okay, to run a cron job in every 5 minutes, every hour, something like that. So there are multiple options, just you need to dwell in. Then comes the networking concept. Networking is way important than we think, because networking is the thing that binds everything together. Okay, if you have a very powerful AI that is deployed on an EC2 instance but no one can access it, what is the purpose of that particular software? Okay, so networking is important. Learn how, start learning it. We'll go deeper in each of these aspects. There is networking, there is virtualization is is in fact the foundation of foundation of cloud computing. So that is how you need your, and software development. You need to understand software development. I'm not saying that you need to do the software development. Okay, but you need to understand how a software interacts with an OS. Okay, like memory consumption, storage consumption, CPU consumption. There are certain things, like if a software is working well, okay, but it consumes all the CPUs of all the memory and of the server of the node, and your node gets crashed. What, it won't be very good in terms of user experience. So think about that. Understand what is software development, how it is done. Okay, first of all, learn Linux and any of the scripting language. I would suggest Python, because I use that as well. Bash is, with Linux you'll learn Bash. Okay, and Python is one thing. Then you can go for like Golang, there are multiple tools developed in Golang like Docker, Kubernetes. So Golang, then I haven't seen JavaScript to be integrated as but let's see in our journey if I get anything on JavaScript. I already have started working on that. If I get anything on JavaScript, then I'll surely share with you guys. So that's the introduction of what DevOps is. I hope you liked it. I hope you knew what exactly the DevOps is. Okay, and even if there are any other queries, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'll reach out to me in comments, and will surely deal with them over the next 100 days. So this is only day one. We'll dig deep into each concepts and tools with practical examples. So practical examples would help you to help you along your journey. Okay, and just try to do what I do. Pause it and then try the command. If it gets failed, check, share the error. Okay, there is vast community, you just have to reach out. There is one experience that I want to share. I just recalled of it. So I was working on a project in my in my college days, where I have to deploy a private cloud. I chose OpenStack for that. OpenStack for that, but at one point I got stuck in, I think, networking or some integration section. So I just posted it on LinkedIn, and there are multiple persons that reached out to me and offered their help. So that's how the community grows. That's how the community works. You just have to, in fact, that project was very successful. Okay, so that's how the community grows, community helps. You just have to reach out, do what you do, what you learn, do, and then share it with us if you face anything. So this is how, with practical example, we'll continue our journey. Don't forget to comment your views. Okay, see you on day 2. Thank you all.